One.
Daddy chill.
They can see and hear you. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Chapter 47 of Known Realms Tolesh.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. Before we dive into our session, let's go ahead. We are pre-recording, by the way. The vibes are going to be chaotic. We are going to introduce our players, not starting with David, because David is a little sicky boy, and he is taking the night to rest. Everybody, give David kisses in chat. Love you, David. Feel better. We'll see you the next time we play, but you can catch David as the GM for Heroes of Asteria, Sansi Saga, and Unearthed Inheritance over at Stealthy Elf Productions when he is not here every Sunday. Well, you know, every Sunday playing Whistle, the Soulforged Fighter, here on Known Realms Tolesh. Next up, Angie.
Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm Angie, Agonethetic on the internets. My pronouns are they, them, and I'll be playing Xio Marino. Pronouns he, they. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't got anything crazy to say, anything out of pocket. I just want Daddy to chill, please.
Lou.
Hi, my name's Lou. I play Lazuli. We both use she, her pronouns. Lazulia_art is the @ on social medias. I by no means have had any sort of giggle fit. Yeah, that's it. That's all.
Good.
I'm also not out of pocket this evening.
That's good.
Look, there's a halo. You see that?
A perfect
so
little angel.
Perfect
Perfect
baby
little
girl.
angel. You do
I'm
look
wearing
angelic.
white. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And last, but certainly not least, Button.
Hello, I'm Button. I'm Bluebluebutton on social media. My pronouns are they, them. Echinacea Belrose got murdered last week, but it's fine now.
You know what
They're
that-
back. And you can find me every other Saturday on Stealthy Elf Productions and Unearthed Inheritance playing Cressida, who is yet to be properly murdered.
Damn, David, get on it. You said it was murdered last week. Have you seen the SNL bits with Bill Hader, Stefan, where he's like, "It's the newest nightclub in New York City. You're going to get an unwanted blood transfusion and probably murdered."
He's got everything.
Welcome to Illinois.
So yeah, murder. Hi everybody, my name is Alec. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me all places on the internet at Tales Archived. I'm the Archivist here for Known Realms Tolesh, and I play over at Stealthy Elf Productions as Finn Reese in Heroes of Asteria Unearthed Inheritance. We are here diving in to Chapter 47, nearing our midlife crisis. So, last we left off, we picked up with Whistle and Xio, who are making their way out of the cottage to the Belrose Medical Clinic to speak to one Willem, a bugbear ex-member of the Circle of Umbra. On the way, Xio heard some interesting talk in the city about a rolling corpse pile referred to as the village, as well as gross, as well as the two dragon turtles fighting. I did call it a tumbleweed, that's true. Gross imagery, enjoy. Two dragon turtles fighting for territory in the Free Isle between the Scorched Isle and the mainland of Tolesh. Once the group made it to the Belrose Medical Clinic, talked to Willem, asked him some questions, got information about who this new head druid is, and got some names of other individuals in the order. They figured out that there was one member or one party coming in representing an unknown alloyed deity, but it was quickly recommended by the group that was most likely Kervaith, and it was finally confirmed that the Shadow Court is they are followers of Ruin's Eye, and the Circle of Umbra are followers of Vaymir. So the group, Whistle and Xio, ask their questions, and then we pick up with Lazuli and Echinacea, who are making their way through Ilinbell, having a conversation after the events of breakfast that morning. And, man, Lazuli is so rudely knocked into by the large black dragonborn Anaris, who is one of Whistle's old crew members. As soon as Lazuli is knocked over, Echinacea is yoinked by a grappling hook by the one, the only Lortarvish, who has a gun pointed to their face and says, "Give me the book." And they're like, "What book?" "I don't have a book." "What book?" It is then where Lortarvish lets off his first shot, firing bullets that render Echinacea unable to heal themselves if they're hit by it. With that, combat begins. We have we go through rounds of combat where Echinacea and Lazuli are isolated with these two horrifying Iron Legionnaire members, and by the time that there's a lot of time spent defending one another with their different reactions and spells, Whistle and Xio are able to hear a shot go off, and then they make their way into the city square of Ilinbell, where, after not too long, they see Echinacea shot, mortally wounded, killed by Lortarvish. This sets about a rage within Xio and Whistle. They both rush toward Lortarvish, Xio getting a lick in, and leading to Echinacea finding themselves in this in-between space, their corner of the weave, a beautiful garden surrounded by flowers with both Eadwulf and Minri affirming that their friends will come for them, and Eadwulf being quite upset at the situation that they have found themselves in. Puppy! And so, in the next turns of initiative, Lazuli manages to resurrect using her powers from her Hag Pact in her form of Dread, no less, showing up in this corner of the weave and revivifying Echinacea. A beautiful scene, for sure, where the two come back and Echinacea is brought back to life. Multiple scars formed after this encounter. The fight ends with, Lortarvish, content warning for gore, Lortarvish getting completely cut in half by Whistle, who changed his Nikolai, the dagger, into a scythe, and immediately switching it to a gun to take fire on Anaris. Anaris using his tattoos of the Iron Legionnaire to teleport both himself and the top half of Lortarvish. Spooky. With that, Helgon manages to rush onto the scene and get everybody to the Belrose Medical Clinic. Echinacea is immediately put into a room, and as soon as the party enters, they are relieved with a long rest. But Echinacea is still racked with the trauma, the physical trauma of having died. Make it in. Ygritte brings them in, checks them out. Both Echinacea and Lazuli are admitted to a room, while Xio runs back to the cottage to receive Kaelin and Lucian, informing them of Echinacea's death. After that, all three of them come back to the clinic. Lazuli talks to a really mean doctor. She is like, "Actually, fuck you." She invokes duplicity, leaves the duplicate in the hospital room, and then begins to sneak over to Echinacea's room. Echinacea is told by Ygritte that their brother Dorlin has made it to Ilinbell, and the Aasimar begs their friend Ygritte not to let Dorlin know that they have died. With that, after some time, and after some affirming with Eadwulf that if they were to ever find themselves in that situation, gaining consent to come out and help of his own free will, the two affirmed their partnership even more than they already have. With that, Dorlin enters the Belrose Medical Clinic, this 5'3" summer Eladrin lad makes his way in wearing a beautiful tweed suit, holding a book bag and a bouquet of flowers, walks in, and the two Belrose siblings reunite. There is a lot of confusion, a lot of questions, and the two have many a conversation, and Dorlin ends up reading Echinacea, a story about the first bards of Aosha as they fall asleep. Xio, Lazuli, and the others remain outside per Ygritte's instruction. They get chicken nuggies for lunch and talk about trust and responsibility. Whistle makes his way off, hearing from Nikolai that he is an academic, he is a teacher, and he is not a killer, and he demands that Whistle not use him in that way again, the way he was used with Lord Tarvish. But we will pick up with that conversation next time when David is back. So, we pick up now back in the Belrose Medical Clinic. It is about midday on the 10th of Marpenoth. We are going to pick up with Echinacea and Dorlin. You kind of stir after a nap. It's been maybe an hour. Dorlin sort of sits up, and you can see that he is organizing some books, just sort of placing some things on a small little side table. You recall them from Lorian's room. A few of his personal effects have been placed there, but you can see that Dorlin is sort of setting up some things seemingly for you.
What's this?
Oh, morning. Morning. Afternoon. Did you have a good nap?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
His jacket is off. His sleeves are rolled up. He's he's about as he's very lanky. He's very small. Very small man. But he's wearing just this white button-up tunic with these large suspenders that sort of kind of fall off his shoulders. But he's like, these are the records of your estate. Given the fact that you were gone and Lorian couldn't be found, I was designated your next of kin. So these are bank statements, the deed to your cottage, the deed to the hospital, everything. So I have it. It's here for you. And then, like I said, this is my diary. I bookmark pages that are particularly sensitive and have nothing to do with you.
Why didn't you bookmark the pages that I'm allowed to read?
Because it was
very
easier.
Confusing.
It was easier just to bookmark the pages that you couldn't, because there aren't many.
Okay.
And then this holds up what looks like a very plain tome at this point, given to me by Pharos.
Yes. You said that I could speak with Pharos through the book?
Yep. Something regarding your connection with him and Igni.
Wow. Okay.
He hands the book to you. And you see on the front is another phoenix feather that as soon as it hits your hands, it manifests. It's this dark at the base phoenix feather that emits to this bright red, nigh purple light that still looks like it's a wisp of flame. A light, but not hot to your touch. And Echinacea, how does your mythic spellbook look as this phoenix-infused tome begins to shift in your hands?
It turns this... It shifts from this almost cherry red and deepens and darkens to a rose red, almost a burgundy. And it becomes embossed with just delicate gold filigree of Echinacea's healing birds at the corners. And I think, oddly, the wood of the paper that make up the pages starts to sort of creep around it like a binding. Very thorny.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to change.
Well, it's yours. So, It made itself yours, looks like.
It's really beautiful. What do my when you said my estate, do you mean like I have a deed to my home, which is here, and then
a bank account.
A bank.
Yeah. And you went. Yeah. So any of the holdings, yours and your savings account,
okay.
And then obviously the deed to Sage and Poppy's house and Sunwall, things of that nature are all here.
Why isn't that yours?
Because you took ownership of it.
Do you want it?
No, I have a house.
Okay, I didn't know where. We've
Look,
touched on it briefly. Will you stay here?
Yeah, you.
Like I lured them to you yesterday.
Yeah. Bad things happening in the Sunwall Academy, which I'm not unprivy to. I hear whispers, but I guess I never believed it was that bad.
It is.
It's a bit of disappointment, you know. There's like the place you work is not on the up and up. Like, I can make my sabbatical into a resignation. I have enough padding to, you know, keep myself afloat. And if you need somebody to watch the cottage, I'm happy to. I love the cottage. It's nice up here.
It's as much your home as it is mine. I feel like, if I get to say that, I feel like I do.
Yeah. Thank you, Echinacea. Oh, Lorian's next room over. How are you doing with that? Mm-hmm. That good?
I don't know him. And I just got a lot of memories back, and I need to integrate them into my brain. It's just a lot to do.
Well, kind of looks down. You still want to wear that? Points at the ring. You don't remember it? I imagine you two kind of talked about it, right?
I don't know. I haven't ever not worn it. And I don't want to give up on him just because I don't remember yet. And what if I do? And then what if I start feeling the way that I must have then? And then what?
Then you adjust to those feelings in the moment. When you feel them. Can you say right now that you're in love with Lorian?
No, I can't.
Then it's not fair to you. And it's not fair to him. You deserve to live the life. Whatever life that you're living right now, I know that he just wants you to be happy. Just like we all want you to be happy. Kind of sits close to them again. Taking it off isn't giving up. It's just investing in yourself for a bit.
They stare at it for a long time, spinning it on their finger. And I think pressured by this, they do take it off and they attach it to the necklace that Casimir gave them. But I don't think it feels good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do whatever feels right for you.
Hmm?
Is there anything you need right now?
I need to go talk to someone who's also here, but I have to find out where he is.
All right. You sure that's a good idea?
I'm gonna do it.
Fair enough. You have a lot of friends waiting for you, too.
Are you okay?
I look worried for you. But everybody looks safe. There are a lot of people that care.
I'm very lucky.
I am sure it doesn't feel that way after today. And after the last bit.
I refuse to wallow in some sort of self-pity. I'm gonna go be productive. I have to go be productive now.
I'll be here.
I'll be back.
All right. Xio, Lazuli, you're both out there. What are you up to?
I know we just had that conversation with Lucian about trust kind of thing. It's midday, or is it now getting later?
It's midday, and you know that Aura is probably at the Humble Abode at this point, with information about both the Shadow Court as well as the people who had taken things from Lapis.
Right. But I feel like we would want to wait for Echinacea. Go there.
Xio was going to suggest going back to the Humble Abode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like while Agonethetic is still resting, I know like it'd be better to have them, but I know it's like one of those things because Aura's probably Xio mentions it like Aura's probably waiting. Maybe it'd be better to kind of make sure they don't worry since we haven't been around.
Lazuli is very reluctant to to agree, and like keeps on looking back at the door that she came out of, back to Echinacea room. And we still have sigils, right?
Yep.
She would do a quick message to letting Echinacea know that they were going to the Humble Abode and agree.
Okay. Hello. Well, maybe you could keep the sigil active while you're there, and I could ask questions through it.
That's true.
That'd work.
Very well.
Are you okay with seeing your mom?
We'll be back for you soon.
Also, Lucian and Kaylin are here, so they might sneak in at some point.
Lucian just sort of, I'm not leaving. Kaelin says, neither am I. We'll come in when you're ready. Take your time. I understand that it's been a lot today.
Soon, I'm gonna go talk to Henrik really quick, and then I'm good. And yes,
Kaelin just says, at your comfort and leisure. Right. So Echinacea, you start making your way to Henrik. Xio and Lazuli will stick with you for a moment as you head to the Humble Abode. Any conversation between the two of you as you make your way forward?
What has you so nervous?
I just don't want to leave them.
Echinacea?
Yes.
That's fair, but...
And I suppose last time we were walking down the street, got ambushed and they died. And I probably would have if it weren't for them. If it weren't for you and Whistle.
Yeah. But I think I meant that question as it related to your mother. It seems like you're a little bit nervous or cautious about seeing her.
No. I suppose I'm not worried about Lapis, but I don't know how they'll be. And we both want to be what she needs, but we're figuring out who that is for us. How do we be ourselves sincerely when she has such a fresh memory of who we were? And I just am. I have grown. It's not even a full person, and so I feel like I have a bit of an advantage. Also being a daughter, a child, but a lover, partner.
Well,
There are expectations and conditions with
you said that she has a fresher... She has, all of this that has happened, it's been more recent for her. And yeah, she had the memory, a week's worth of worry, but not like it's a race, right? But I think she's wise enough to understand that she can't have expectations preset.
I mean, expectations of when you enter a partnership with someone, there's a promise that you'll be together for a long time, and you're raising a child and you have help, and there's comfort and safety in knowing the person that you're bonded to.
But that's something for Aura and Lapis to work with. You didn't engage in a partnership with your mother.
No, I'm just worried for them. It's hard to see.
Yeah.
I don't feel those expectations on myself. More just sorrow for the grief she might feel. But she seems strong, and so I don't linger on it much. She's back safe. Or I hope so.
I mean, nothing is stopping from creating a new relationship.
I completely agree. That's how I see it. But I'm not the one who has memories that are lost, or I do have memories that are lost, but she has the other half, and no one shares them but her. She can't reminisce about what was with either of us.
She could.
I suppose, but it would be like reminiscing with strangers. But we're happy to listen. I am. I don't know about Tinkalapis is, but he seems to be slower. Because again, there's more stakes to that relationship if it were to be as it was.
Well, you have a big heart for worrying about that, even though it's not your own relationship.
It's my parents. They affected me at one point, but
like you said, you don't remember it. You don't have that. So even without the memory of all of that, it still tugs at you. So the piece is there. It's not completely lost.
I agree. How are you, Zia? I'm done. Your turn. She kind of like intentionally steps on the back of your foot, like
trips. Zio trips.
She'll reach out and try to catch him, but like not intentionally, really, but just like a playful, like okay.
I think I've made plenty of my feelings known over the last day.
Yeah.
It's not really much for me to hide.
Is there anything I can do?
No, you're perfect.
I'll admit that. But to make you feel trusted, I do trust you.
That's all I need to hear.
Everything is scary and we don't know the choices that we're going to be faced with. And we don't know the repercussions of making them either. She like looks at herself like but I know one thing I do for sure trust is that we'll figure it out.
We have to try. We wouldn't be on this path if we didn't care enough to try. We're closing rifts, we're fighting death gods and death hags and being attacked on the streets and healing ancient nature gods and trying to fix things and trying to heal things, and all of that is going to be dangerous. I mean, one of us could die. I mean, Echinacea died.
All of us have, yes. And I've been quite close to it. Close to it in other ways, I suppose. Death. You mentioned death. Do you remember the Raven Queen? The entity in which Nivien had connected to that was more benevolent?
Pelgon's lady.
What'd you say? Sorry.
Pelgon's lady.
Pelgon? Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my. Pelgon might know. Oh. Oh, interesting.
You could talk to him about her.
I could know what.
Ah!
Okay,
How long have you been following us, Pelgon?
Last 35 seconds.
I have the cloak of eyes. I feel like I would have perceived Snoops.
He wasn't
Like
snooping. He was just walking in your general direction.
Oh,
Okay.
light on your feet, Pelgon.
He's a dragon.
Can fly.
Oh, true.
Well, I suppose.
Oh, before you ask Lazuli, thank
Yes.
you, Pelgon, for the help earlier.
That is what I'm here for. Happy to.
I'm sad we couldn't enjoy a flight on the Gildan Fire on better circumstances.
It's always time for another flight.
How much longer to the Humble Abode?
It's inside.
Okay.
It's literally the length of an actual train. We just walk along. Okay. Well, I suppose we're nearing our destination, so maybe it's a conversation for later. But about your alleged paramour?
Liana?
The Raven Queen? Is her name Ileana?
They're one and the same.
Oh. I realized that.
And it is not alleged.
I had just heard, so it was alleged to me. I don't want to assume. But congratulations, if that's what you say. And,
Thank you.
I've been wondering about death. And I wish to speak with someone who perhaps deals in a deals isn't the right word. I mean like solicit. Yes, in a benevolent sort of way that is less of the death. And
Is it benevolence or is it more neutrality?
neutrality? I don't know. I need help. A mentor is what I'm looking for something to
I can get
navigate.
you some books.
Books. Yes. Okay.
And
Okay.
I would recommend visiting
Information. A temple. Is there one in town?
It's an alloyed church, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'll find altars to her.
Ha. What should I offer? What do you offer?
I know what he offers.
Yeah, he comes in the communion bowl.
We'll fix that in post.
No, we won't.
I feel like that's.
You guys arrive at the Humble Abode.
One sec.
Yeah, we
just gotta.
Yeah, we arrive.
But he says, well, it's up to you to decide what you offer to a god. I can't tell you what that is.
There's usually parameters in which things that they like. I don't want to insult her.
Don't give her bones. A lot of people give her bones. She doesn't like
No bones?
No.
Got it.
She
Ooh.
likes flowers.
Maybe like a dried flowers,
Yeah.
because they're still useful. They create essence and oils.
Look at you, Xio. Would you like to come with me?
I will.
Okay.
Pelgon, I have a.
Hmm.
So, it's up to us what we offer to a god. I'm curious, what do you offer to a beloved?
This feels like a trick question.
It doesn't have to be.
What are you at? Why are you asking? Are you looking to give something to someone beloved?
Curiosity.
Stories? My words? and things that we both love.
You share it together.
Or that we wanted to.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Should we check in on your mom, Lazuli?
Yes.
Right. You guys
Thank
make...
you.
You're welcome.
Does he have a top hat?
No. He does not.
A fedora?
He looks like Gary Oldman Dracula with like the really wavy hair and the
Yeah,
top hat.
really wavy hair, big top hat, and really circular glasses. No, you guys make it in, and you see Uldiel cleaning as she normally does. Nothing is messy. Nothing is out of place, but that is because the woman is meticulous. That is because the woman knows what the fuck she's doing. But you can see Aura and Durwood. Pepper is sleeping on one of the couches in the living room. The fire is going, and she's very much basking in that heat, especially in Illenbella, given the fact that it's cold outside. She is scooted the couch as close to the fire as she can possibly get it, and is just like soaking it up. But Durwood and Aura seem to be having a conversation. Durwood is just, I wouldn't have expected that sort of strategy, but it's bold and I respect it.
Lazuli, real quick, do not
Yes.
mention to Durwood that we are planning to go see Ishur.
Right. Because he
Well, that-
wants to not persecute. What's the word?
Yeah, no,
Take him to trial.
persecute's
right.
actually a pretty correct word.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
persecuting him.
Yes.
And also
Prosecute, not
Yeah.
Prosecute. Thank you. That's the one.
prosecute.
I knew it was
Take him to
close,
court.
but- Yes.
He's suing him.
Defamation. Libel.
What? I would keep it to ourselves.
I think he already knows. No?
I don't think he knows that we are going to Ishur next. He knows that you and Ishur are attached, but from what you told us.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but
Good cow. Call.
okay.
Thank you, Sio.
You're welcome.
Or just
Oh,
looks-
yes. Sigil's on, by the way, for Echinacea. Okay. Conference call. We have Echinacea on the line.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Aura. Mother? Mom?
You just call me whatever feels most comfortable, right?
How was your...
Short, I've been here for the last 4 hours.
Oh, so sorry to keep you waiting.
No, it's alright. Is everything okay?
Well, define okay.
Is everybody alive?
Well,
we are now.
Well, we are now.
Hmm?
We might have, well, Lazuli and Echinacea might have come into contact with some not so great people, and those not so great peoples might have killed Echinacea.
But
Being
you're,
But
alive
I brought
again
them back.
because of Lazuli. Yes.
Lazuli
Well,
brought her back. Brought him back.
I'm glad to hear you're okay, Echinacea.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Isn't it a little funny how we live in a world where we can tell just hours after someone dies that they are okay?
Yep, the world doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It's almost like it's not real. We're all playing games.
So,
I'm sorry.
I got some information. Specifically, leader of the Shadow Courts. Now, they are going to be coming from the south. That is the most important thing to mention. By the south, they're going to be taking a Feywild portal from Shalore. So they were probably going to be getting there in the next couple days. That's a good thing. Their leader, however, is less of a good thing.
Well, you know what they say about too much of a good thing.
What? No, what do they say?
There's such thing as too much of a good thing.
Well, that...
I don't get to tie, but
They say that?
they do.
Well, he goes by the title of Pontiff. Seems to be a religious figure, probably to Ruin's Eye. But I've got his name, and it's Sinos. Cinos. Pontiff Sinos.
I know I wasn't there, but earlier in the day, Whistle and Xio were told that Alcus was the leader, correct?
Of this...
Of the Shadow Court.
Yes, you're correct.
So, what about someone by the name of Alcus, and then Lieutenants Berthier and Lieutenants Jadon?
Alcus is the is one of the Pontiff's lieutenants. He is making his way as the leader of that group. The Pontiff himself is not going to be leaving the Feywild.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you said... I see.
And, well...
So, Alcus is like a talking piece.
Much more than that. Very dangerous. Very, scary. But what I can tell you is that the Shadow Court members are completely skilled. And you got... Where did you get those names?
We spoke with a bugbear that had been under the influence. It was part of the Circle of the Umbra, and he we restored him back to his previous form. When we first met him, he was a creature, a beast. We restored him back to his bugbear form, and
Lighthounds.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and he told us about Alcus and Berthier and Jadon, and also about Torilla, the Circle of the Umbras.
new first druid.
A new first druid after we...
Well, whoever sees Willem next, slap him on the back of the head for me. He had half the information I had for you.
Oh. Is that the information you had to share?
Do you have questions?
Double checking because we're playing telephone, whatever that is. Sinos will not be there?
Sinos will not be there.
Okay, but you mentioned him...
Because
the
he's
bad
the
news.
leader of the Shadow Court. And it's bad news because he is sending his right and left hands, which are his lieutenants, the ones you were told about yesterday, or earlier today. And they are religious figures, zealots for Ruin's Eye, which mean they are incredibly skilled in Darkweave magic.
What do you know about Ruin's Eye?
Know that he's fucking scary. Ruin's Eye has spent a lot of time anywhere but the material plane. He's been working, he has this belief. You taint the sea, you kill the life. The sea, what he imagines is the sea, or the mirror planes of Aosha. Feywild, Shadowfell, things of that nature. So he's already begun corrupting the Feywild. He's already dug his nails, his talons, into the Shadowfell. I fear that with these religious figureheads making their way to the material plane, he is looking to sow corruption and blight on the material. Especially if there's this three-way agreement between Ruin's Eye, Vaymir, some other alloyed prick.
Yes, which, from what Willem said, is that he's narrowed it down to Curvaith, Thanis, or Aureli.
My money is on Curvaith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll agree.
That makes sense. It's just odd because back in the time when this world was young, before even the Scale Scourge, well, there were fights between the alloyed and the unalloyed. Curvaith is responsible for taking Ruin Eye's good eye, letting the corruption fester his form, leading him to become the god he is today.
Curvaith did?
Yes.
So then
It corrupted Curvaith?
No, it corrupted Ruin's Eye.
So then Curvaith and Ruin's Eye working together doesn't sound...
It sounds odd. Very interested to see what they may have to offer each other.
It sounds like what he did to Koliata. He gave her a blade that corrupted her.
To expand, he took Ruin's Eye's blade, attacked him with it, attacked him with his own sword, then stole it from him. So,
Wait,
I think you might be more right than you think.
is the sword that Koliata was given Ruin's Eye's sword?
Rhyme.
Might be a piece of it. Well, Ruin's Eye's sword is huge. It's bigger than any mortal can wield. This is a god in their pure form. Rhyme might be a splinter of that blade.
So that means there could be other pieces.
There could be other pieces, more swords like it, more things forged from that corruption. Which,
Are they
I
inherently
suppose,
corrupt or just powerful?
yes, they're inherently corrupt. By nature of Ruin's Eye's crap, he tempered the blade in the literal blood and ichor of his enemies. It is a blade built on death and blight and corruption. But thinking about it, Curvaith might actually be doing Ruin's Eye a favor, spreading his corruption, giving him some semblance of power on the material. Koliata with others, more seeds of the Alliance becoming visible. And if that's the case, then this has been in play for a while. Or Ruin's Eye's weak. Weaker than he normally is. And chose to see what Curvaith did as an opportunity. But what would make Curvaith desperate or cruel enough to take that chance?
He is intentionally wiping out his own line, his own descendants. For some sort of fresh start.
Well, the Shadow Court could be doing. The Pontiff could be sending his right and left hands to be doing is, he wants a fresh start. Maybe Ruin's Eye wants what the remnants of this world that corruption, that blight, what's left over.
Which could be... Catalyst could be Vamir.
Yes, Vamir wants out of the world. Ruin's Eye wants to corrupt and blight the world. And Kervaith wants a fresh start. And they're not working with their own pantheons.
That's true. Each of them, right? Vamir is not part of the unalloyed the way that Ruin's Eye is.
He's a secret. Most people don't know about Vamir. They fringe cult groups call him the Silence. He's not a part of any pantheon because he is the Whispered One. He is unknown.
It's like they are just trying to remake the world. Or existence as we know it.
I wonder how aligned their goals are.
It stops and ends at what I imagine they all want individually. If Vamir wants to destroy this world, that is in complete opposition of Ruin's Eye wanting to be a carrion creature that lords over the blight and corruption that's left over. Because there will be nothing left to corrupt. If
Kervaith... Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm in a tunnel. If Kervaith wants a fresh start, it seems like his issue with the Feywild was that he couldn't take over all of it by marrying Koliada. If I understand correctly.
You do.
He's a shiny god of art and creation. I don't know if he wants... I think he wants an audience at the very least.
Putting these two groups together could be the start of that audience. People of Aosha, people like us moving together to oppose them, that's an audience. Someone to watch his grand plan whenever it may come to fruition. Because one of the other good things is that we have a lot of time on our side. Gods tend to work slowly. This is the first mark that we can hit to put a notch in a very long plan.
We need to keep closing rifts so that Vamir cannot get out.
There's one more piece of information about the Shadow Court that you guys need to know. Obviously, the Raven Queen, the Matron, has been a bit displaced in her plane. The Shadow Court is seizing power, and they're doing so through dark magic. Specifically, the source of dark magic, Sister of Minri.
How is she accessing the Feywild? I thought she was trapped in the Shadowfell.
She is in the Shadowfell. The unfortunate thing is that she herself is not accessing the Feywild. They're channeling their magic directly through the goddess herself, who's being kept in the who's being kept in the Shadowfell.
Who is
How are they channeling? Her name is Shar.
Char.
The Pontiff conducted a ritual. It's one of Ruin's Eye's rituals. It is meant to bind an entity to a specific place. Shar is trapped in the Shadowfell, acting as a battery. And they're bringing a piece of her divinity, a small spark of it, to this meeting as an offering of goodwill. Which means that the Pontiff and his right hands, they are drawing directly from the source of the Dark Weave.
We don't know if she's consenting or not.
I doubt that she is. Shar is a demigod. Not to the same heights as her sister, but she is being unwillingly strengthened by the way her magic is being used. And her magic is being emboldened by Ruin's Eye's corruption.
So how does the Raven Queen, Ileana, how is her absence affecting this?
She is trying, while she is attempting to, as I imagine you all saw, she helped you close that rift, right?
Ileana or Minri?
Minri did. Beyond trying to ferry souls to the afterlife, Ileana is working to try and reclaim her domain. She's at war in the Shadowfell, and her resources are dwindling.
As I understand it, the Shadar-kai are cursed to not enter the Raven Queen's domain. Essentially, the people of the Shadowfell are being kept from their afterlife by Ruin's Eye.
And that is because...
That's what Thomas said.
Yes, and that is because of the ritual that Ruin's Eye has placed on Shar. Her being an anchor in the Shadowfell is what's keeping the Shadar-kai from entering their domain. Her dark magic, combined with Ruin's Eye's corruption, that is what makes Corbray. And that is what keeps them from entering their afterlife.
Well, first things first, get that shard of divinity away from them. Echinacea.
Oh, sorry.
No. You first.
Lazuli, maybe when we go to the temple, we can try and you can try and speak to Ileana. It seems like maybe there's a way. Like, I know you've been saying that you're trying to understand death and the path of death and everything. Maybe there's a way that your connection to a death hag puts strength in Ileana.
Right. I think there's an odd connection, fated connection. And that fringe cult group you said mentioned they call Vamir the Silence. That's the Ebonite, right? Goodness.
Lazuli,
Yes.
what are you feeling as you're hearing this information? There is a web of conspiracy that is being knit together here. Pieces of everybody's fate. The Corbray that connect Echinacea to Eadwulf, and Koliata connecting to Kerveth and his battle with Ruin's Eye, which is connected to your displacement from the Feywild, these tethers that are connected to the Shadow Court and Vamir, that lead to these primordial forces. The union of the tranquil fighting to ensure that other sources of magic are not used and abused by mortal kind. What are you feeling?
Before you even said a web, I was thinking how it really does feel like threads being pulled together. It's almost like a garment being stitched, or like a puppet, kind of like it looked like just a mess, and all of a sudden things are really connecting and almost assembling something. Like it really does feel like it's coming together, but it still feels tangled. It feels like she has a grasp though, like she's zooming out. Yeah, like threads of fate, quite literally. It's like she's finally being able to really see them.
You see and feel as your hands, as they're rubbing together, begin to emit this green light. Sickly as ichor leaks from your palms, but is immediately sucked upwards. You feel as this solid mass begins to form between your palms. The memories of your 2 revivifications, Echinacea just earlier today, and the Circle of Umbra Druid just a few days back. You talked about the feeling of absorbing death, taking it on. That has power. And that power is manifesting here into a physical form. As you have crafted your first 2 Fairfall charms. In your hand, you see one that is the fiche.
Fiche.
It is a small carved figurine in the shape of a maiden's veil. When you place this on your forehead, or when anybody does, between your eyes, you grasp at the strings of fate in order to see a path forward. Once you place this charm on your forehead, you can cast the augury spell. And once you use the charm, it fades. And the next one is the Kalu charm. A small carved figurine of a shield. If placed underneath the bed you sleep in, this charm protects you from nightmares and creatures that prey on dreams. The Ith protects you as protection from evil and good is cast on you. And the same thing, once that charm is used, the magic of it fades. You have unlocked the hag ability of crafting lesser Fairfall charms. Each time you cast one of the Death Hag signature spells without using spell components, one of them being Revivify, you have the ability to craft some of these charms.
What?
So you feel those 2 manifest in your hand.
We see this happen.
You do.
Oh, whoa, Echinacea, you can't see us. You can't. Yes. You can't see it, but Lazuli just had 2 little things come out of their hands.
I believe they're charms, Echinacea. They're connected to the power that happens whenever I revived you. I believe whatever I absorbed from you manifests itself in these. And
or it kind of leans forward. You know the history of those?
No, Mother.
Well, to draw on the Ith is a process that makes hags and witches unique amongst other pact casters. The Ith, and that's ITH, is an old source of magic that originated in the Feywild. Sown by the first witch superior of the Bwanid Coven. This magical tapestry is where all pacts of hags and witches reside. The words spoken, promises made, and meticulous terms of each pact made crafts the bedrock of the Ith's power. It seems you're on your way to becoming a hag or a witch.
Yeah. Interesting.
Aura, have you ever met any hags that are on the nicer side?
Plenty. Plenty of good hags, plenty of bad witches.
It's all about how you use magic.
Exactly. Something like death isn't inherently bad.
Right.
It's a part of living. It's neutral.
It is the thing. What was the word? Start with an S. People like Sir have been robbed of their death, their afterlife.
By the shadow courts.
But there was a.
Oh. Lou, I think your mic, I don't know if it's like picking up.
I was mumbling. There was a type of, they were like, it was not the corpore, but there was a name for the people who were having their death.
Shattercry?
Shattercry. There we go. Mm-hmm. There's something valuable to them that they're being robbed of.
Their ability to pass on. But that doesn't sound like the Ith. That sounds like Shar's Darkweave keeping them tethered.
I'm not saying the Ith is causing it. I'm saying that it's an example of... Are you alright?
Sir might be tethered to Shar.
That seems very likely.
Oh.
Okay.
That's why I was mentioning that Vinay earlier. I thought.
So,
I don't know.
wait, so then that's what Vaemir gains from Ruin's Eye is an army.
Echinacea grabs their terrarium out of the air that holds the Minri flower in it.
I have a question. Shake it. Hey!
No! Yeah, like an 8-ball.
Yeah.
They grab it.
Takes a second, but there's a... Yes?
Is Shar trapped? Is your sister trapped?
Yes.
And if she weren't trapped, if she wasn't trapped, would she hurt people?
She would hurt the people that hurt her.
I don't hate that.
Neither
Okay.
do I.
It seems like if she is released, then the Corpore can go home to the Raven Queen's domain, to their afterlife.
And you get all your memories back.
Oh! I was thinking something else, but...
That would also
okay.
do.
That makes sense. Oh! And then all of the Ebony would also get to pass on. All of Vaemir's forces.
You're talking about a trek to the Shadowfell. It's doable. And I can offer the protection that I can. But it is a perilous journey. It will be difficult. But You and your friends walk paths of freedom, emancipation. So if I were to believe in anyone, it would be you. All of you. I would make a recommendation. If possible, you might be able to use rhyme to locate Shah. It will be drawn to her magic, and Ruin's eyes magic, like a compass. It would have to be wielded, though.
And I couldn't disempower it with the sigil sphere.
You could, and you could find another path. There would be two ways. You could talk to Ileana and see if she would be willing to give you the information on where Shar is being held. Or you could use the rhyme and not disenchant it and find your way directly there.
I don't want to. If we don't disenchant rhyme, then it will corrupt whoever wields it.
Then you have your path forward.
Ileana.
Speaking of rifts, is the rift between Valen and Shalori one that we have been told about?
Yep.
Okay, so we have been told about it.
Yes.
Okay. That was just one of the things that Xio overheard, so I thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the village?
Well, one of the things that Xio overheard was outside of Valen, between Valen and Shalori, there is a rift.
Yep. Yeah, you all heard that, you all have that information. When I explained that,
it's not on our list though.
No.
Oh, it's not on the list?
No.
Oh, okay. Well then, no. So Xio, there is another rift. I don't know what kind of rift, but I overheard some people talking about a rift between Valen and Shalori.
That is the one that is in the sea. You were all told about.
Oh, okay. Got it.
It's marked on the map. I will show you guys. This one right here.
Okay. Yeah. I wrote down.
Okay, I think we have a couple different lists because this is what I have so far. When we asked for an overall list of what we
I do remember us being told about the Valen and Shalori one.
Yeah.
Yep. So the only difference is that you need to add the one between Shalori and Valen to the Shadowfell rifts, and then that list is correct.
Mm-hmm. Also, there's a couple things that to keep in mind. Things that I overheard on my way to speak with Willem earlier today. There is something colloquially called the village by locals, but it's being described as a humble weed of human bodies. I don't know, that sounds grotesque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nora's like, gross.
So some kind of mound or preacher or something is manipulating these bodies. And then the other thing is in a patch of water between the Scorched Isles and the mainland, there there's been sights of 2 dragon turtles having a territorial battle. In my experience, angry dragon turtles leads to potentially catastrophic weather. So 2 fighting. I think that's something to be wary of, especially if we're heading down. I don't think our goal is to head down south to the coast, but if at any point we are on that way,
Did we know why they were fighting?
dragon turtles. They're big, they're scary. They can be spoken to, although it's rare. But I don't believe it would be any different than 2 people arguing over, that's my side of the lawn. No, that's my side of the lawn.
And is that, where they were arguing, is it anywhere near the very bad, no good tumbleweed?
The Free Isle is in a patch of ocean where that rift is.
Oh, okay. I didn't have I didn't write down that the village was in the Free Isle.
No. So the village. Can I what?
Can you switch to the big map?
Yep.
To the Tolesh map?
So, this. I'm gonna draw. This is the Free Isle. Here is where the rift is.
Mm-hmm.
And the village has been seen going in this direction.
So it's between the
2 events.
Yeah.
So it is fair to come to the conclusion that they are connected in some way. That the dragon turtles could, like, their natural environment could be affected by a Shadowfell rift, leading to more irritable and violent behavior. Mm-hmm. And something, a Shadowfell rift creating a odd necrotic phenomena like the village makes sense.
Did Durwood give us his Ragwar machine? I think he did,
Yes, he
but
did.
I don't want to... Okay.
He did. He said that he was cleared. I think you guys got it 3 sessions back.
Yeah.
So you have that. You have the ability to close rifts at this point. I will say, are there any more questions about the Shadow Court specifically from Aura? Because you guys, there were 2 ways to get some of that information, and obviously the bulk of, like, the conspiracy information came from Aura, and then the names came specifically from Willem. Like, they were going to be given by Aura, but there were obviously 2 sources to get that information.
We want to know the appearances, like the visual appearances of everyone. Of, like, not obviously the Pontiff's not coming, but Alcus and the 2 lieutenants.
The 2 lieutenants.
We want their appearances.
Yep. The 2 lieutenants are both Shadow Eladrin. So they both are very tall, lithe, elven individuals with this pallid white skin, pure black eyes with this shadowed, wisped hair. They're both recognizable by matching scars across their face. They're ritualistic scarrings. That is a right of the Pontiff. So they are in the shape of what is actually a combination of Shar's symbol as well as Ruin's Eye. And then you're talking about who else?
Alcus.
Alcus is a very, very, very old high elf person. Very if Legolas was Gandalf, right? So like this very old elf with these long sort of decrepit ears that kind of curl over at the tops. This very long and like scraggly beard. But they wear this attire that is quite refined and very gentlemanly. Alkis is recognizable by the fact that this beard is often kind of tied in a bun at the bottom, where he keeps different sorts of like incense and material components. He pulls them out of his beard. And it's gross. It's really nasty.
Well, and he's a caster.
Yep.
What kind?
What cut wizard?
Cool. Do we know what the lieutenants are?
The lieutenants are both. Well, no. One of the lieutenants is a warlock. And then give me the. Sorry, could you just say the lieutenants' names? I'm looking at my notes.
The lieutenants are Berthier and Jadon.
Jadon is a warlock of the undead variety. And then Athir is an Echo Knight fighter.
Okay, and do we have an idea? Sorry, I'm scared. And do we have an idea of what do we know, Aura, what a spark of divinity will look like?
It's gonna look different for any sort of deity. Think of Archfey have them. They're very small and well, they look almost like seeds. In larger divine figures, they look to be seeds that are growing outwards. So Shars would almost look like a black obsidian seed with these black vines coming out from it. And it would be emitting an incredible amount of arcane energy. You would feel it. And that is me above table saying that these slivers of divinity have regional effects.
Okay. Well, I think Lazuli has a date with a Raven Queen.
She's so pretty.
We're gonna steal her from Pelgon.
Best of luck.
That's not true, but it would be funny.
It would be fun.
All right. Well, any more questions? I just want to make sure, because obviously there's a lot of information to get from the Shadow Court. And
okay. How? Oh yeah. How far away is the portal?
The portal is
From Sivaholm.
Yeah. The portal from Sivaholm is a week. A week's worth of travel. And it's south. So you guys are coming from the north. They're coming from the south. And if I remember correctly, you wanted to know the new leader of the Circle of Umbra.
Yeah, did Aura...
Oh,
I thought Aura was
didn't
just
we
collecting...
have that? Tarilla?
Tarilla. Yeah.
I will say she would be aware that Tarilla is coming from Squall's End.
Oh.
From around Squall's End.
Do you know their estimated arrival time?
Looks like they will get there just before the event itself. So probably on the 22nd, 23rd. Are you thinking about intercepting?
I think we want to get there before them if we're going to pretend to be them. But I think we have to know what they look like so we can pretend to be them.
You are given, I will say for ease, you're given these illusionary crystals that have manifestations of what these individuals look like. Trilla, Alkis, Arthir, and Jadon, you have those. And Trilla is this tiefling woman, very young, purple-skinned tiefling individual with bright red eyes, very much in the same attire that
Willem
Kellum was wearing.
Willem. Is it even going to be safe for us to pretend to be them with all this knowledge now? It's almost scary. I know it's of use to us that we know so much more about them, but I think it's putting into perspective how little we also know.
My original plan was to fight them looking like the Circle of the Umbra, to make them think that alliance had been broken, not to try to get away with pretending to be them for hours on end in political discourse. But we don't have to keep to that if people don't want to.
How would we do that? I don't know if...
Well, we were talking a while ago about making a hat of disguise for Pepper. If we made more than one, then other people could disguise themselves. We would just look like them.
I think I can disguise myself at will, but it only lasts an hour.
And will we be convincing in our act? Can only gift of gab once.
Well, if the plan is to just look like them and act like you're betraying them, you don't have to be convincing.
That's true.
Right. Betrayal, the universal language.
You don't have to masquerade as the people. You have to look like them and then do what you all normally do, which is kick ass. So, since I'm coming with, that seems like the best plan to me.
Very open to other plans. I want to get that shard of divinity away from them. Spark of divinity away from them.
Sliver, you had it.
What do we do with it?
Ideally, give it back to her.
Is that an easy exchange? Or do we then have a target on our back?
Well, they won't know it's They won't know it's you. So, as long as nobody's walking into this engagement saying each other's names, then it should be fine.
I also intend, before we leave town, to look for a spell. I intended it for the tome, but now it seems like it may be multi-purpose. I want to be able to cast a spell that allows me to make a secret chest in a pocket plane of existence, and I would be putting it in the weave. But I would be hiding the Divanthier tome there, and we could also hide this spark of divinity there until we can get it back to Shar too.
It's useful. Well, Lazuli, do you want to go to the temple, or?
I suppose so.
All right. That is where we're going to take our first break. You guys got some hella good information on Shadow Court and Circle of Umbra.
That's so wild. It's all so wild. What the fuck?
It's almost like you're our big brain and you planned it or something.
Yeah.
I didn't
It's
do
all
that.
coming together.
I made this all up on the fly. All right, guys. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Bye. if you hit that button, Angie, I swear to God. 3, 2, 1.
Daddy, chill.
They can see and hear you. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Known Realms Tolesh, Chapter 47. Angie, roll initiative. Not Xio. You and me were fighting.
Yep. I
right.
rolled a 13,
All
and my
right.
modifier is a plus 11.
From what? Your weak little ass.
I run.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
I got a -2 to dexterity modifier, so that's a fucking... I don't get no bonus to initiative, baby. All right, we're picking up with Lazuli. So as it stands right now, what is this? As it stands right now, Uncle Wonka, sorry.
Awooga.
Auga.
Let the record show that I said apricot, not Africa.
Did you get mad at the captions? Let the record show that I said apricot and not Africa.
Button, what tea are you drinking?
Okay, we have a game to play, you guys.
Rooibos.
You fuck. Really, boss?
They hold their cup so nicely, and I need to know, yeah, the way you hold your cup. This is an important interruption. Yeah, thank you. Great.
All right.
Picking up the zoo.
So Xio's in the Humble Abode, correct?
I was going to go with Lazuli.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, invite.
So you guys are walking into town. You make it to the center portion of Illenbell, where the same it is the same church that Whistle got shot in the back atop of. But you find yourself outside of an alloyed cathedral in Illenbell.
Isn't it strange that there's so many places in this town that we can point to and say, hey, that's where my friend got shot?
It's weird that it happened twice, right?
So do we? It's not this. I have to tell a really stupid joke right now.
Go ahead.
It's a really short one.
Yo, she said stop the production. I have to tell a joke.
Because it's relevant to
Okay,
this.
go ahead.
Oh, no. It started again. Okay.
Lazuli, are you okay?
So the blonde here is that 70% of all fatal accidents happen within 20 miles radius of where you live, and so she moved.
Honestly,
I'm like, so we should leave this town. It's certainly not the problem.
Oh shit!
I
And
think
then the rest of the
town-
campaign, nobody gets shot again.
I think the town is the problem. Yes, we need to
Oh, God.
leave.
Can't wait till we leave
Yeah,
here.
nobody's ever suffered from wanton violence outside of Illenbell. That's never happened before.
Illenbell is actually the most dangerous city in Toledo.
It's so far from the truth. That shit's Sunwall for sure.
Oh.
Sunwall's the Milwaukee of fucking.
Damn.
Fucking Tolesh. I can say that I live there. Sorry, coughing from
Thank
laughing.
you for following me with that.
You're welcome. It's taking an
Great
inspiration point. That made me chuckle so hard that my throat hurts.
I think about it every time I move.
All right. So you head into the cathedral. It is beautiful. You see that it is spread into different subsections representing the different alloyed deities. You see a section to Caravaith. You see a section to Quilla. You see a section to... You see... Fuck that, Caravaith, dude. You see a section to Thanos and to Landith and to the Matron. The section to the Matron is affixed with sort of dark iconography, corvid creatures sort of flying over, and these paintings that depict historic moments of the Matron of Ravens. You see one where there is it looks like a field of battle, and you see the Matron herself, tall and resplendent in her goddess form, a white porcelain mask with a rapier at her side, holding a humanoid form. It's very like classical Renaissance painting. The form is like very elegantly sprawled out in the matron's hand, and on the floor you see a completely gold humanoid looking man looking upwards at this figure. But you see a priest walking, older, what looks to be half-elven man, this salt and pepper goatee and this long, salt and pepper black hair that just sort of falls down past the shoulders. They're wearing this black and white, almost monk's attire, a few well-detailed chains around the neck, hands clasped together in the front of them, and he just... Good afternoon. How can I help you? I am Brother Khan.
Brother Khan.
Isn't it funny how like all of the alloyed pantheon, they're like sort of like roommates when they're inside this building. They'll like live together. Do you ever think about them in like funny little scenarios?
Me?
Yeah. Like what it would be like if they just all lived under one roof, like how they are right now.
I look at them with much more reverence.
Okay.
What does that entail?
Spending my time with my lady and tending to her church, answering the questions and leading those who wish to bask in her glory.
Right. How does one bask?
Well, we have altars where you can ask your questions, where you can make your prayers, and different booths in which you can have your, not booths, booths, where you can have private communion.
Sounds like fun.
Oh yeah, these guys party.
That's what I'm saying. Just like think about them having like a, like a big old party. They're just like a group of friends living in a building.
Do not make a friends joke right now. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
They go get coffee.
Nope. Do you wish to commune with the matron?
Yes.
Would you like an altar or a private booth?
Does it matter?
It's whatever you are most comfortable with.
Maybe something privately, Lazuli.
Suppose you're right. A booth, then.
Walks you toward what very much looks like a Catholic confessional booth. It is this sort of closed box where you walk in, and there's a bench and this sort of like fold down desk where you can kind of like put your belongings, and where you can write messages or just whatnot. So you find yourself sitting in this space. How do you reach out?
Ooh. Okay. Let me look at my Xio. I don't know if you say what you're.
I say that Xio doesn't go in with you. To make it like truly private, a one-on-one. I think Xio would just like good luck, and then stay out and kind of peruse the temple. I think Xio might end up walking over to the area where Corveth stuff is.
Okay. You do say there are a vast amount of elven individuals sort of paying respects and sort of spending time in Kervaith's small little outcropping. You see that they drop gold. They there's a family that are painting each other's faces in prayer and offering their creativity as offering to this progenitor elf deity. And you see as one of the priestesses sort of walks forward and just, may the Everlight's light shine upon you.
The Everlight is Curvaith, the Everlight?
Yes. A name he goes by.
What drew you to Curvaith?
Well, I am an elf, and I choose to show respect to the one that created me, and past that I am an adorer of all creativity. Things that are crafted with beauty in mind. Families, art, music, crops. All of these things in my mind fall under the realms of art. Do you worship?
Oh. No. Just curious.
Curiosity is a stepstone to a lot of incredible things.
I like to learn. What could lead a figure of beauty and creativity, maybe someone who holds all of those things as close to their heart, what could lead them astray, maybe?
Hey, did you know your god's fucking evil, dude? Hubris, vanity, selfishness, a desire to create art and hold all credit towards it. There are many things that can taint a good thing. I see it as a weakness of will. In every good thing, bad can be taken from it. In every bad thing, good can be born. If good is taken advantage of, then I think maybe that is an issue of will.
Then do you think gods are capable of having weakness of will?
Absolutely. There are plenty of stories of gods losing their way, finding it again, and some losing it and never retaining it. They were once mortals like we were. I like to think that their humanity is still a big part of them. And in humanity comes our folly.
Humanity. Thank you.
May the Everlight's light guide. All right, sister.
Let's hope.
Whatever you say, lady. All right, Blue.
Lazuli's going to open up her book, and she has a pressed rose, that one of the roses that Richter gave her, and she's going to take a few petals off of it and hold them for a moment, and then close the book, and then set Ollie's lantern on whatever kind of like little pedestal, have that there. She has obsidian, and she'll take that out as well. And she also has... an oak leaf from Ollie's tree. And she'll put that there too. Just things that represent balance life, death, guidance, and a few of them aren't necessarily offerings, but more just beacons and like totems of her. The rose petals are offerings, but everything else is more just kind of comfort and almost focus.
Give me a religion check.
Okay.
Sorry, if you have more to say, please
do. And with that, she'll be holding the charms that she had created unwittingly in her hand, try to attune to that type of wispy absorption of magic, that lifting energy, seeing that rise, the qualities of the ichor, imagine that in her mind, and also imagine the images painted. Inside, the dramatic, just kind of connecting, almost wordless. Well, it is wordless, but what is this?
Religion.
Religion. 5.
see and hear you. Welcome back, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to Known Realms Tolesh, chapter 47. We pick up with Echinacea in the Belrose Medical Clinic, sneaking out of their room to go speak with one Henrik of the group of the snakes that don't have hands.
Yeah, they will try and check Quill's logbook to see where Henrik is.
You make your way to the front, and you're very much in. Are you in your patient attire still, or have you kind of changed back into your clothes?
What is patient attire?
A gown.
A gown with the little ties in the back. And
Yeah,
like
your
butt
ass is
like.
Yeah, no. They will have. Oh, it's like so bloody.
You have
they will have gotten
prestidigitation, don't you?
Do I?
I'm pretty sure you do.
Prestidigitation.
Okay. I'm like you.
They. Yeah. They're back in their clothes. And they will go looking for Henrik's room if they can get a look at that.
As you head out of your room, Dorlin is just kind of like, I'll tell Ygritte that I'm helping you in the bathroom.
Thank you.
Wink.
Wink.
Nice job. You make your way out. Quill is at the front desk. He's sort of flipping through his book. He kind of looks.
Hello.
Dr. Belrose.
Well, hello. I need to go to visit Henrik, please.
You see, I'm in a bit of a hard position. I know you're supposed to be in a hospital bed, but you also own this hospital.
Please. I'll
Pushes
go right
the
back.
book forward. You have the room.
Thank you very much.
They start running and they're like, ow, and then they just walk.
You see Lucian and Kaelin just go,
oh!
because they're out in the waiting room.
Well,
We'll go wait in your
are
room.
you okay?
We're okay.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
They start making their way in there.
They'll go to Henrik's room.
Okay. You see a nurse coming out. The door is open. They kind of look at you and just, Dr. Belrose, are you in to see the patient?
Yes, thank you very much.
Door is opened. You are fucking unfortunately just let right in. It's like you own the place.
It's like I own the place. Okay.
Henrik's sitting in bed reading a journal.
They do stop at the door and knock.
May I come in?
Good to see a friendly face. Come on in.
Thank you very much for allowing me in.
Right, welcome.
I wanted to ask you for something, but it's also for the Viper's Hand.
For something? Now what is it that I could give you?
Well, the Gildan Fire is creating a memorial for the heroes of the Scale Scourge, and as he has explained it, many Viper's Hand protected Ayosha. The institution itself did at the time. So if it's possible, if there are any members in the upper echelon of your organization who know the names of those Viper's Hand, Gildan Fire is creating a wall of heroes, and I wish for those names to be represented on it.
Takes glasses off and closes his book. Now that's mighty kind.
It's fair.
That's true as well. I've always had the belief that the uppers at the Viper's Hand, it was a stupid thing to shift an entire organization about. You don't do altruistic things for credit, right? That's not the point. But one bad egg soils the batch. So, what I'm saying is I'd happily reach out and see if I can get those names. It's going to take me time.
That's all right. I think it's going to take him time to build the wall.
Makes sense. Should I deliver names here?
Here makes sense, I think.
I can do that.
I'd also like to ask you for some peace of mind. Last time we encountered Viper's Hand, which you seem to be aware of, no one died.
Edmund and his gaggle of idiots.
Edmund and his gaggle of idiots.
Right.
No one died, much like our encounter with you. However, in the name of their dislike for us, they went and killed Bright Fury members.
I heard about that.
I need to know that the same thing is not going to happen every time we encounter you.
I'll affirm what I said. Well, when your friend lanced me into a wall.
Sorry about that.
It was deserved. He holds a hole in his stomach.
I'm sorry.
For the actions taken the other day, the mercy that was shown, I will put in a good word for you all with the Viper's Hand. You'll be whitelisted.
What does that mean?
You're on our Do Not Harm list. A list of friends. Well, acquaintances. It takes a bit to be anybody's friend, but we've engaged with you twice, and both times you may have beat our asses, but you did right by us. Gave us the opportunity to walk away.
I believe in second chances.
Yeah, well, somebody has to, I suppose.
Henrik, are there any heroically inclined Viper's Hand around Iothalor? I know there's Edmund and his idiots.
I know of a few pods that hang around that sort, but none that are in the city as of right now, but he told you about the fucking tunnels, didn't he?
A mile north?
Fucking idiot. Muppet. Right. Alright. Well, great. You know about the tunnels. That's honestly good.
I've only mentioned them to you.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Keep the secret. That's how we get closer to being friends. I'll reach out to people around Iothalor. What are you expecting?
I don't know.
But it's nothing good?
It seems dire. Maybe we're wrong. If we're wrong, then great.
Wonderful, yeah.
But if we're right,
Oofa.
then those tunnels might be useful. And some heroes might be useful.
It sounds like you have some sort of operation in mind. What would that be?
I won't know until I see the city. I won't know until I see a very particular individual in that city.
Who might that individual be?
Its leader.
Lizzie Whitmore.
Ah, Lizzie.
Right. Last time they tried to do something in Eye of the Law, I heard it was its second son. Bit of a muppet himself.
From what I've heard, he's actually older and not a muppet.
Take your word on that, Doc. I'll reach out to some folk around that and let you know. I've seen your face. I know your name. I'll send to you. We'll let you know who's around and if they get eyes on the city.
Thank you.
Ooh. You're welcome.
Insight check on whatever that was.
Give me an insight check.
Okay. Nat 20.
You see a man who's very excited by the idea of maybe some heroics. You see the swallowing of glee in an attempt to not look like a total square. Like, I get to do good.
Well, Henrik, I hope you heal quickly.
I always do. But if you ever need to use the tunnels, tell him Henrik sent you. He'll let you in, and I'll do I have your permission to give your names to my superiors? Just let them know that you're not to be trifled with, and if bad actors in our group do interfere with you and your business, they can be reprimanded.
We've given you our names, and I expect, having done so, everyone in my party understands that those are yours to give in turn. You can certainly give mine.
I respect that names have power. I won't abuse it.
Thank you, Henrik.
And seeing that, well, my contract with my prior client seems to be null and void.
Oh yes, he decided to do that himself.
Sorry. Dying's messy business.
How can you tell? How can you tell?
I know the look. Everything just feels a little heavier. Trust that it'll get lighter. From personal experience, it does. He sort of leans back and you see content warning for scars from the bottom of his ear all the way across to the bottom of his other, a wide and deep scar across his neck.
Glad it didn't take, and I'm sorry.
I don't like to say I deserved it, because frankly, I don't think anybody deserves the punishment that others put on them. But, what I can say is that Lord Tarvish is a prick. Naris and Gortesh are less pricks. And, well, Naris and Lord Tarvish stayed on the mainland. From what I understand, Gortesh went back to their captain, Isradan.
Oh,
They're posted out on a dummy ship. Seems their big boat sank.
their ship sank?
Yep.
Ooh.
From what I heard, they're not too happy with your friends about that.
What do you mean?
Book might have helped them keep it afloat. Two dive anti-casters help Legionnaire ships stay afloat, those big iron pieces of shit.
Oh.
But if I see Lotavish, I'll warn you and yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Rest well. Make sure you're drinking enough water. Are your fluids, they're looking good. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Echinacea makes their awkward exit.
Okay. You make your exit, and you're just heading back to your room right now.
Mhm.
You see Quill sort of look down glasses.
I'm going back.
Wait just a minute. She's still in the room. Give her a second. Now you hear Dorlin. Yeah, they're pooping. It's gonna take a minute. Listen, Ygritte, stop. You know they're quiet. They get embarrassed.
Oh my god.
Stop.
I do.
And Ygritte's like,
do.
well, let me know if the stool passes, and then, that's a good sign. That's a healthy sign. I'm gonna go back and check on Lorian. And Quill's like, you run back in the room, and Dorlin's like, you pooped. It was a solid stool, and it was good, okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right. Listen, that's the shit that brothers do. Am I right? They're pooping. They didn't sneak out, I promise. But
Best alibi.
Lucian and Kaylin are in the room as well.
Hello. This is my brother, Dorlin. Dorlin, this is Lucian and Kaylin. I imagine they probably already told you that.
We did. Yes, we did. They did. They're, I've met Mr. Whitmore before. Took one of my classes. Failed it twice. But summer school is effective.
Damn.
Oh,
Damn. Lucian's like, mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Kaylin is like, I was going to offer to take Dorlin back to the cottage to get himself settled.
yeah, thank you. Thank you.
They give Kaylin a very big hug and just hold him for too long.
Yeah, he holds them back and just sort of leans down. I'm glad you're okay. We can talk when we have a moment. I know a lot is happening. When they make lemon poppy seed muffins at home.
And I think they can't even say anything. They just
Yeah.
nod.
Just hugs, and then, Mr. Belrose, can I take your bag? Takes Dorlin's bag. Dorlin walks up to you. I know we're gonna say goodbye again soon. But God, it's great to see you.
It's so good to see what you look like now. It's so good to heard your voice, and I can't wait to read not all of your diary.
Thank you. I can't wait to see you again.
I'll see you at the cottage. This isn't goodbye.
Nope,
This is
see
not
you
good.
later.
See you later.
Like literally later today, probably.
Yes.
All right. Kisses them on the cheek. See you soon. And Kaylin and Dorlin exit scene, head to the cottage while Kaylin sort of sits in bed. And we'll pause there for a second to jump over to Xio for first sending. So, we'll say at this point, you and Lazuli have headed out of the church. The scene is yours. Bless you.
Yeah, I think as they're walking, Xio tries not to hover over Lazuli too much. Just out of respect for whatever might have happened in there. And he is reminiscing so much about the things that have happened and what have over the last few hours, and the conversations that have been had over the last few days, and how everything feels like the path is so clear ahead as to what is in the horizon for Xio, and for what their purpose is. And in that moment, they have this sensation, this feeling of remembering conversations with Io about, one day I'm going to go there and I'm going to find what my purpose is, and I'm going to do amazing things and change the world. And hearing Io's responding with this sort of like, you won't be able to do that by yourself, or kind of like flippant like answers of like, you sound like a crazy person, like why are you so like kind of like the way that like siblings
bicker.
do. Mm-hmm.
You're not the hot shit you think you are.
Yeah, you're not. Why do you think you're hot shit when you ain't even cold piss?
Yeah. Disgusting inspiration point.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before, and that was phenomenal. and I hated
it. You're welcome. And they feel this sort of like the remembrance of the energy when Echinacea returned from death. This scent of flowers, it sort of like a little bit of rose, but a little bit of like earthiness, and they think to themselves, like they imagine that, and they visualize like their wish and their hope to know how Io is and where they are, and how much they wish to tell her. And the words come to him. I wish you were here. I miss you so much. I know you're doing amazing things, learning from the Divanthier. I have to learn more. So the 25 words of the sending.
First off, beautiful description. Take the meme inspiration point away, take an actual one for that. I also would like you to roll me a D100, please.
Ooh, D100? Okay. Let me see. Okay. It's a 31.
You need it under 50. Or your twin telepathy to activate.
What?
You're hearing what is in Io's mind before the message itself sends. And you hear her singing to herself. Come share with me the oceans. Oceans of fantasy. Where you can lose your soul forever. Like in a melody. And then there's this. What? Hi. Thanks. It's going well. I miss you so much. Things are good. You definitely need to learn more. I love you.
Lazuli will see Xio stop in their tracks and just like,
Xio, are you alright?
I think I just spoke with my sister. I don't know how, but I think I spoke with Io. She heard me. She responded.
Did she connect to you? Or did she message you?
I don't know. Maybe like a sending spell?
Mm-hmm. Wait, you or her?
me, she responded. I don't know. And then like Xio tries to respond, and I know there won't be a response because
No,
like that's how
you get sending once a day, unfortunately.
yeah. And then, like Xio will try to respond thinking that like he gets the response back with sending and doesn't hear anything. And it's like, no, I think it was me. I think I did the spell.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I Wait,
How do you think it manifested? Strange.
I was remembering the smell of roses and flowers from when you and Echinacea came back. You know, you had the flower crowns.
Yes.
The scent was so strong when I pulled you both in. The scent was so strong, and I can still smell it. I can talk to my sister.
What did she say?
Well, she said hello, and she's good, and she does agree that I do need to learn more, and then she says she loves me.
Right. Did you say that you needed to learn more? I suppose I should have asked what you said first, but...
I did. I was thinking... Yeah, I was thinking about how we've learned so much about that she's learning so much about the Vanther, and that I need to learn more, and I think that's what led to it.
See.
I could hear singing also. She was singing this. It was a melody that we sing in the Scorched Isles.
The lullaby your mom used to sing.
Yeah, it's a lullaby our mother used to sing. Come share with me the oceans of fantasy, where you can lose your soul forever, like in a melody.
Hi. And she sang this to you?
Oh, she was just thinking it. That wasn't part of the answer. She was just thinking it. And I could sense it.
Is that part of that bell?
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure.
At this point, you guys do return to the Humble Abode. You see Durwood outside. He's playing with Pepper, who's just sort of blowing fireballs, just kind of like getting out some energy. Durwood sort of looks, welcome back.
Hi.
Everything all right?
Yeah, just a lot has happened. Wait, I don't think Durwood knows. Oh, yeah, wait, do you know? You were here. We told you. Echinacea died today.
Yep, I was there.
Yeah. Also, Lazuli, all of us, myself, Lazuli, Echinacea, and all of the rest of our party, we're probably planning on leaving soon. So there is a matter of you, and
how best to help you in Pepper.
I'm sorry, I must have been terribly forward. I assumed I was coming along.
Oh, you're coming with us?
I thought so. I thought I was ingratiated into the plan to stop a meeting of two evil, shadowy organizations.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I thought there was some business about hats.
Yes, that too. Echinacea is in the hospital right now, though.
Yes, they died. I am sorry about that.
Yeah. Okay, well,
I'll make you a
one
hat
moment.
tomorrow.
one moment, please.
Hold.
And then, hold, please. And then Xio's going to grab Lazuli and just like drag him over.
Okay.
Should we tell him that we're going to Ishwar's?
You had said to explicitly not say.
I know,
You're gonna go
But I
there
also-
fucking eventually.
but I also forgot that we said that he could come with us.
I mean,
That's a bit of an empanada you put yourself... Empanada?
Empanada.
sure. I don't want to leave an empanada, so that makes sense.
My thing is, I wanted to say conundrum. Why did I say empanada? Am I having a stroke?
I like empanada, honestly. That's quite an empanada. It's like instead of I'm in a pickle, I'm in an empanada.
You're encased in dough, and it's delicious. Yeah, deep fried.
Eat me whole. Anyways.
It's like a pirate asking to get head. Eat me whole!
Yeah.
That's where I went to.
And end of the campaign.
That's a wrap, folks.
Eat me whole!
So
Demonetized. There we go.
I guess like we should at least be honest.
Probably
because
fucking
if
tell him, yeah.
we should at least be honest, because if we're honest, then like at least we can also keep an eye on him
I do
so
say
that
it's
he
the best policy.
doesn't mess with Ishroar.
And it'll be a little while.
Nope.
Nope.
No. Actually, it's like you're teleporting directly into his spot.
Well, I thought we had to learn spells and level up
You-
and stuff.
Level up? Who the fuck said anything about that? What?
Look,
You guys might not be leaving Illenbell this session, but you're leaving, like,
well, I
today.
didn't know where. Like, I didn't know how. I thought we were like taking a little
tell
walk.
where.
We gotta.
I don't know how.
Teleportation circle.
Yeah.
I think that was the
okay.
mhm.
I knew we had one. Just
Yeah,
to know
well,
that
'cause-
we could use it yet.
Yes, because Pelgon can cast teleportation and send you guys to Ishwar's place.
Hold on.
Yes.
Gold
Thanks,
Daddy.
buddy.
Pell Daddy. So should we be honest with him?
Well, I'm quite terrible at lying, so
Mm-hmm. And I am
Mhm.
also kind of bad at lying.
Which
I
is
just
nuts 'cause
totally,
your charisma's fucking 20.
I totally forgot.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll, I don't know,
Yeah.
perception check here.
Yeah. It's like a little
Yeah, he rolled a
tweeter.
tell him.
He rolled
Tweeter.
He rolled a 17, and he just
Damn.
says, he rolled a 17 plus his money. He's like, tell me what?
Ah!
He's still
Why
as
do-
far away as
why
he
do
was. He
people-
did not move
Why do
any
people
closer.
keep sneaking up on us? Just kidding.
I didn't. I am quite literally standing all the way over here. I just am burdened with good hearing.
You're also burdened with good presence. Hi, Derwin.
Hi.
How's it going?
Fine.
Hey, so if we told you that we were going to go to a place that potentially has a goal of yours, but that goal could potentially go entirely against our goals,
Mhm.
what would your reaction be to that?
It's a wise question, Sia.
I suppose I would look at the weight of each goal, both in the short term and long term, and see what the benefits are to each. And ow, are you good? Ow!
I hit my foot so hard on my desk that my camera moved.
That's a really pragmatic way of looking at it.
I'm quite pragmatic. I think by... You see, he kind of leans his head back and thinks. Pepper sits like a puppy and just looks up and is like, he's thinking.
Thinking?
How reactive do you think you, on the scale from...
I'm not very reactive.
Mhm.
Okay. So you
Patient
weigh.
then.
Yes, I weigh the options as any level-headed person should.
Okay.
Given the fact that we've only talked about a very few things in the last couple of days, I'm not a fool. Will this have anything to do with the silver dragon we talked about yesterday?
Kumsi kumsa.
Bless you.
Thank you. Lazuli?
Yes, as you know, time to dragons, it's a slow thing, and we have so much of it. Right, so you're not in a rush, and we will be. Zio? We're just passing it back.
The thing is, so here's the way that I'm looking at it. Here's the way that I'm looking at it.
Have you ever had a dream?
Have you ever had a dream that when you, if you, and when you... Derwood, look at me.
I am.
Can I grab your hands?
No.
Damn it.
Can I?
Okay. I thought,
Yes.
well, that's rude. Anyways.
What the fuck,
Okay.
dude?
Okay.
Zio's like offended. Whatever. You see Pepper go.
Thank you, Pepper. And then
That has my heart.
Zio crouches like,
Yeah, she just.
and then, okay. And then Zio's going to talk directly at Pepper, but is talking to Derwood, right? Okay.
Mhm.
So the thing is, we are probably one of the best options that you have to protecting not just yourself, but this amazing, wonderful creature named Pepper. Right, Pepper? You're wonderful and big dragon eyes. You're very cute. And we don't want anything bad happening to you. So
Don't make it sound like a threat, Zio.
I'm not
We
trying
wouldn't
to.
want something bad happening to this.
I'm not trying to. No,
Wouldn't
I'm
it
not
be a
trying to.
shame if something terrible happened to Pepper?
No, I'm not trying to. I'm just saying that we have the potential of making some amazing things in order to keep you all safe. But in order for us to do that, there is going to be a stop that we have to make that involves a silver dragon. A silver dragon
Ishror.
that Ishror. The same Ishror that Derwood is out hunting. Is that a good word for it? Looks up at Derwood.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not hunting. I want to question the man
Oh,
and sense his motives, and if it's deemed necessary, bring him to a draconic tribunal. But if your goals are much more urgent, you have done right by me and Pepper before. I can put my goals behind me for a time.
it's averted then.
Crisis averted then.
Good job, Zio.
Yeah, we did it. High five.
Have you ever thought about being one of those crisis, people that go and
Crisis counselors?
the ones? Never mind.
I've thought about being
Just
a
great.
crisis counselor.
That or a loan shark. Funny, because Scorched Isles. Well, because you were just saying we can make this very easy for you.
I don't have. What is a loan shark?
So,
Is it a type of shark?
I have no issue putting my qualms with Ishror on the back burner for now. but I will be intent on questioning him in the future. That
Understood.
is not going to go away. You have earned my respect, and I am thankful for what has been done for myself and Pepper, and for the Republic in closing the rift. So, yes, I can put this behind me for now.
It's averted. It was a one-sided crisis, clearly.
You two were the only ones stressed out.
Yeah.
I was fine the whole time, actually.
Maybe the crisis counselor should be Durwood, not me.
Pepper is like, I was fine too.
You
That's
were
good.
perfect. Perfect. So we'll go to Ishors. Possibly by the end of today.
All right, well, I'll get Pepper ready and do what I must.
Thank you, Durwood.
You are welcome. I'm going to go inside now. Turns, walks inside. Pepper doesn't move. She's like, I stay here.
Zio summons Lulu to play with Pepper.
They immediately start curling around each other like cats. Their tails like twirling on each other.
Yeah.
Like,
I love it.
All right, and we'll close that scene there. Incredible. Crisis averted. It was said with so much energy. All right. Phenomenal. That was really fucking funny. All right, Echinacea. We are back at the hospital. I believe you want to say some goodbyes here.
Yes.
Lucian sits and just... All right?
Are you all right?
Yes.
Good.
There's something you need to do.
Yes. And I desperately want to just check on everyone until every single need is met, but I think your needs are already met. And yes. What do you...
Echinacea. You died today. I implore you to live a little.
Not
for us. For you.
It's an incredibly compelling sentence.
I'm about to reach my wise capacity.
Oh?
I'm kidding. Joke. I'm just not funny.
You're very funny. My mind has holes in it. You're very funny.
So what I'm saying is if you have things to do, do them. I'll be here and I have an idea. But do what you want to do first.
I am going to do what I want to do, and then I will be back to hear this idea that I am very curious to hear.
I am glad you're safe.
I look forward to our lessons.
So do I. We can help you feel as if you can defend yourself. I will train you as I was trained. Back home. In Ayathalor, not Sunwall.
I figured you weren't calling Sunwall home.
No.
I squeeze his hand.
Thank you. I'm gonna go do something really difficult.
I'll be here when you're done.
Thank you.
And you have that conjoined room, so all you have to do is walk through the door.
They pick up all of Lorian's things the Dorlin brought. Can I say that his lyre is among those
Absolutely.
things?
Yep.
They walk in. They hold up the lyre.
I made a very dumb joke when we first met, and from what I can tell, you never made fun of me about it. But I always made fun of you for calling the lighting calm.
I'm never going to hear the end of it. You don't remember the bulk of our relationship, but you remember the stupidest thing I've said. It's definitely not the stupidest, but it's one of them.
I think you're very smart, and I think you're a lot nicer than me, and this is your lyre.
And a player, too?
It was not smooth. It was not smart. I was just being mean and not very funny.
It was smooth, and it was smart. Starts to pluck away in bed. Just slowly starts to play music. Fingers sort of flexing. This is something he hasn't done in half a century. But as soon as he begins playing, it picks up. And it's slow, rhythmic, but resonant. You can feel the music as his natural bardic abilities just make the sound something that soothes your soul. It's almost like you're reliving that first memory through song. The beats, the laughs, the humor, the connection made, very much a reflection of this newfound connection with Lorian. Still
They sit
beautiful.
beside him.
Yeah. A little bit rusty.
Could have fooled me.
You heard what happened. Okay.
Are you asking honestly?
Yes.
I feel like I am the weakest among us and that I will drag my friends into trouble time and time again and not be sufficient enough to protect them and myself. But I'm going to do my best.
You're allowed to not feel your best after what you've experienced.
Apparently it happened multiple times before and I still managed to be so scary. What happened? What happened?
I've died 6 times.
Lorian, that is so many.
Yes, it is. Before knowing that, did you think I was weak?
No.
We are not in control of the things we don't know. And sadly, sometimes those things come to us in the night with a dagger to our throat.
Or a gun.
Or a fucking gun. Your feelings are incredibly valid. I've shared them. Feeling like I was not enough. I wasn't strong enough. I'd never be strong enough. You're allowed to feel those feelings.
Right now, the not enough that I'm feeling is just a rage at all the empty places in my mind where I know there are centuries pain and absence. I know that I held you in my heart. And what I had, I still hold. My good dreams were always of the night we met for the past 4 months. And I wish I knew you, and I wish we were in love. And if I had my mind, we would be, I know it. Or at least I would be in love with you. I'm not good.
I already told you I still love you. And I meant that. But I'm also going to repeat a thing that Ygritte and I said. And you see Ygritte standing in the corner. She's crying. I mean, this is you and Lorian are the closest thing she's had to family. This is hard. It's hard for you in a way that no one will understand, and it's hard for Lorian in a way that no one will completely understand, and it's hard for Ygritte in a way that it's hard to relate to, as she is the outsider that hasn't been able to do anything. Lorian looks. You're in a place right now where you get to decide who you want to be. And from what I've seen, I adore this person. We don't have to be in love or together for me to adore you completely. For me to root for you at every turn. And for me to know that whether it is... Lorian, of course, begins to choke up. Whether it is as my friend or my spouse or whatever we might end up being. You are a person that I want in my life for the rest of my life. In whatever shape that takes naturally. I hold no expectation of you other than to be happy and to pursue the things that you want. And you're doing so much good. I just hope that you're able to take moments for you on that journey.
I cast dancing lights the first time they met.
My heart still longs to hold you. So I think that can be arranged, Lorian. The same is true of you, Ygritte.
Oh, don't look at me.
You're so beautiful, though.
So are you. You left bed. You weren't pooping. Orlin's such a terrible fucking liar. But like I said the day you came back, I missed you. And I cannot wait to see who you be. Who you become. Because I know I am going to love you so deeply, so fully, and in the same way I've ever loved my best friend.
I'm a little afraid of promises right now. Even so, I promise to do my utmost for us to get to know each other again.
Like I said, I'll be calling you every day. From the looks of it, and the sounds of these conversations, you're heading out pretty soon.
I believe our intent is to teleport to Ishroor's today. And then we're going to go to Cyberholm, and I'm going to hide a shard of divinity from those assholes. We're gonna take care of everything or die trying.
If you die or if you don't, there will be people to pick you up. Just in the way that you've picked so many people up. I implore you to know that you deserve that. As doctors, we tend to be the worst patients. Finding care to be something we're undeserving of. Because we'll always find a way to say that we've done enough. Echinacea, Lily Belrose, you're doing enough. I'm so proud of you.
Have you know that one of my goals is to get to come back here and work alongside you?
I know. It's because I feel it right here. And I don't feel like I need to make promises that my heart can swell. Because I know it. I love you. And I can't wait to see you when you come back here next. And I am forever lucky to have spent the time again.
You two take care of each other. And Dorlin, he's so little.
I will look out for him. Lorian, I will too. I'll do everything I can to keep Dorlin safe. To look out for him.
When you're well enough to go home, can he still stay?
He always has a home there. He's family. Lorian scoots to the side of the bed, takes his cane, and stands for the first time since arriving in Illidan. On his own 2 feet. He slowly walks over. Obviously still in pain, but determined. And he just hugs you so tightly. Thank you for coming back, for saving me, and for being as beautiful as you've always been, in mind and soul. You are good.
Can't imagine what you are grappling with. But I need you to know that you are good too.
Thank you. Thank you. Find the things that make you happy. Kind of leans down. That Kalen boy.
I thought by the time I found you, I'd be them again. And I know that you don't resent me for not being them. But I am so sorry.
You're right. I do not resent you. I do not blame you. And I need no apology. I am just happy you're here. Hugs them tightly.
Kiss his
again.
hand.
Yeah.
Echinacea kisses Lorian's hand. Kissy grits.
We'll see you later.
See you soon.
Yeah, see you soon. The three of you say your goodbyes. And you head back into your room. Lucien is standing there. Just gets up, closes the distance, and hugs Echinacea. Doesn't say a word. You want to hear my idea?
Yes, please.
I was thinking we could sneak out of here.
Yeah, I'm not staying here a second longer.
Oh. What do you
Let's
think?
go.
Let's do that, and let's steal from some rich people. Maybe some wine that we can go drink at the cottage.
I have a wine cellar.
No. It's about we're living a little, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
we can look at a mean person and say, yoink.
Do we
Damn.
say yoink, or is that...
Not out loud.
Is that...
I've done that before, and it doesn't end well, but just internally.
I see. All right.
Lucien
Let's do
learning
it.
from Xio.
Yoink.
Yoink.
Truly.
So what do you say? Shall we sneak out?
Let's get out of here.
He opens the window for Echinacea. Alright, so you want to grab the ledge and just slowly float over. And I'll grab your feet. You're good. So, 1,
Oh.
2,
Okay.
3.
I try.
You do so. You have his help. You're
Okay.
able to do it. He jumps out. Alright. I need you to give me an investigation check as you and Lucien scope for mean people. And I just want to check in. Xio and Lazuli, are you guys headed back to the cottage? Because I will say that's where you know that Echinacea would be headed.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do we how does the Humble Abode like
You say the command word and it folds up into a cube.
okay. Then
And
I feel
you
like
guys all know the
since-
command words.
Yeah, I would say that like while I feel like Xio and Lazuli would probably maybe like just inform everyone that we're gathering back up in the
At the cottage.
at the cottage,
Yep.
and then we close everything out and say the command word. And
Okay. Yeah. Uldiel begins packing up and kind of grabs her things and just good.
Mhm.
Let's get ready. No, Lapis at the cottage. Durwood says, I'm happy to follow. And, like you said, crisis averted.
crisis averted.
Hope it does look happy with the company.
I'm glad that Lulu's also going to have some company.
This will be good, right?
Hope so. I also have questions to ask Ishwar, so gonna be quite a bit of interrogating. My goal is to gain something of that belongs to him, so
It's a lot. Well,
it's a long story.
well, I assume we'll have time to inform me on the way over.
Yeah. Sure.
You're all good people. I hope you know that.
I think we're trying to be.
I am lucky that the tapestry of life has woven me.
For us, it was paintings.
What?
I'll tell you about it.
Well, all right, we'll do that too. All right, yeah, you guys pack up, and Aura is with you guys. She sort of flies up to you, Lazuli. So, you excited to be traveling with old Mom and Pop? Are you
Yes,
nervous
sir.
about it?
Well, I do like to travel, and I think it'll be nice. How are you?
Good. I just want to make sure I'm not overstepping. I know that I remember I lost you guys so recently. You've lived whole lives. So I just want to work and make sure that I'm not putting unfair expectations on either you or Lapis. You don't deserve that. But I'm here, and I want to help the both of you in whatever way I can. That is the least I can do for the people I love.
That's very kind of you.
You don't have to call me Mom.
Well, it doesn't feel unnatural. It's just a new habit.
As long as you feel like you don't have to, you can call me whatever you think.
I don't want you to feel like you have to make your emotions smaller or subdue your own grief in order to.
No, I will feel those feelings privately.
Why?
Because I won't. It feels unfair. I want to process my feelings first, before I voice them, is all I'm saying.
Okay.
To ensure that I'm not approaching you or Lapis with unfair expectations. That's it.
Don't. Want. I don't like the way it feels when people consider.
You're cutting out a bit.
Maybe I should look at my mic. I don't like it feeling like you're holding back your pain around me. I would rather you feel comfortable, but I know that's something that you have to work towards, or you might not be comfortable. But
We will get
I
there.
know. In many senses of the word, I suppose, since we are traveling.
Yes. I am very excited to go on an adventure with you. I'm excited to see what you do.
Seems to change.
It always does. All right. You guys make your way over to the cottage. Echinacea, what was your roll?
I rolled D&D Beyond. Give me 2 nat 20s in a row.
Hey, yo! You immediately spot content warning for some light gore. You're passing through the part of town where the battle happened. And you see tucked behind an alleyway a bit of blood on the ground. And some shoes with wings on the sides of them. Lord Tarvish's winged boots. And his gold pouch.
Grab them.
So let me know what you do with this first, and then I will let you know the other thing you see. Grab them.
Oh my god.
What?
They stare at it, stammering for a long time, I think.
Are you alright?
Like a long time.
Oh, someone's sleeping in the alley.
No,
Really?
those are the legs of the man who killed me. And they're just there. They can't just be there. They can't just be there. They can't just be.
They're there, though. That's it. Okay. It looks like he's got some stuff on him.
I'm just saying, Kaylin,
We should-
boots are flying.
We should get back. Get back at him for doing what he did. You can't fly, right? You could now. Alter, rub it in the face of that prick later. What?
I'm just processing that.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I feel like it's something like these legs cannot stay in a public place.
I'll tell you what. You can look for the bottle of wine, and I'll make sure these legs get somewhere.
Okay.
Do you want the shoes and the money? Was a bad man.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Runs over. Wait, like a bit too excited. You see he immediately yoinks the boots off, kind of shakes them. He casts Prestidigitation. Clean. He takes the coin purse. Clean.
His verbal component is just saying what he wants them to be.
And he runs them over. Money. All right. And he drops down. May I?
You what?
Put the shoes on.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Wait on me?
Yes. What the fuck?
I'll do it.
He's like, I'm already down here. Do you want to put him on? Here you go.
Oh my god.
Man is a whip.
Man is a gentleman.
That is
Okay.
a simp, okay? I know what that is. I'm obsessed
I'm
with
not, I'm not going to say no. I'm not. Yes. Thank you.
Slowly unlaces your shoes and just puts the winged boots on you. And they shift to match your arcane energy and your attire. How do they look?
Echinacea is staring, fucking frowning at them, at the shoes.
Mm-hmm.
This man flew up in the air. He shot me till I was dead.
Mm-hmm.
They stomp their foot, and there's this pillow of flame for a second. And have you ever seen the red shoes?
Yeah.
It's those.
Incredible. All right. You can add winged boots to your inventory. And 50,000 gold pieces from Lord Tarvish's personal bag of holding, and I will get you the items within said bag of holding after the session.
50,000?
We have a party fund.
We haven't even seen your estate numbers
We
yet,
haven't
right?
even seen Echinacea's estate numbers.
Dang.
Money.
I'm just saying, we need to get into Echinacea as
Dang.
well. We need to get into Echinacea as well and
This
trust.
is ours. This is not mine. This is ours.
Sugar parent? Sorry.
Sugar parent, thank you.
Okay. And I will say, Lucian, we're not going to RP it. He very quickly throws the legs over his shoulders, like he's sitting on his shoulders, runs. He's like, runs to
Echinacea is chasing after him in horror.
drops it at a guard stand. This is a guy who did a murder. You should do something with this. Goodbye.
Damn.
Runs away. And then you see an old wizardly looking man yelling at a group of kids, telling them that they're having too much fun in the city square, that they're being too loud, that they're being too obnoxious, and that this city was better before the kids invaded and made this a cesspool of new culture, loud music. This is the other thing they see with the Nat 20. This is the mean person that they're going to rob. But you see him holding a large bag. That it is a bag from a shop called hold on, I have it. If I say it again, that means I'll find it faster.
Say it again.
Cork and Quill.
Oh.
You see a bottle of wine sticking out and some scrolls and spell components.
What?
You got a natural
What?
20. We're gonna fucking be stupid with it.
Okay. All right.
Do you yoink?
To yoink or not to yoink?
That is the question.
Yeah, they.
All right.
1 second. They disguise self as Lord Tarvish. And then
Perfect.
they
A 5 foot tall.
cast disarm.
Oh my god. Okay, and I need a con save from this individual.
I can be up to 6 feet. I can be up to a foot taller.
This person.
No, it's an attack roll.
Oh yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
Where are you?
I'm doing crime.
I'm doing crap. Become ungovernable.
Become ungovernable.
It's the language is to roll, but there's nothing to roll there. So I'm rolling chill touch. I'm not attacking this man.
That's fine. Yeah.
29.
You cast disarm and pull the whole bag, but he is so enthralled in yelling, he does not notice. As Lucian, rolls very well on a distraction, you grab 3 spell scrolls. There are 4 diamonds in here. You got a bottle of wine and 2 bags of spell components.
Fuck. Alec, thank you for this nonsense.
Yeah, you're welcome. Lucian runs to you. He's like, quick, we gotta go, back to the cottage, now.
Okay, but you're really fast.
Hey, okay, well, let's, you know what, fly. Wings sprout from his back and he jumps upwards.
I'm not attuned yet, but
They don't require attunement.
They don't?
Winged boots? Nope.
Yeah, they do.
I thought they don't.
No? Because I'd be so much more of a problem if the wing boots didn't require attunement.
You're thinking broom of flying, probably.
No. No.
Okay, but
No.
Lucian runs much slower.
Okay.
But you guys, I will say, Xio, Lazuli, you see... Do you drop Lord Tarvish?
It's Lord Tarvish in Echinacea's dress running with Lucian.
Okay,
no,
fair
I
enough.
don't think they drop it right away.
So Xio and Lazuli, you see Lucian running forward with Lord Tarvish in a dress.
Huh?
Teal, am I dreaming?
No, that's...
We did a crime.
Which
Why?
one?
Theft.
Oh, okay.
One probably grave robbing.
What?
Who?
It's not a grave.
Oh, it's Echinacea!
Yeah,
I was
who
really-
else? Oh my god. I didn't even notice.
I framed him.
They shift back into themselves.
I see. You did the Narful Gambit.
The Narful Gambit? Incredible.
Exactly.
They hold out the bag of gold.
We have a party fund. It is a lot.
What kind of party are we throwing?
You fuck. And that is where we are going to end tonight's session of Known Realms Tolesh, with the group converging at the cottage, preparing to leave. Forget about me. Don't. Thank you guys for hanging out and chilling through this beautiful, heavy, hilarious session of Known Realms Tolesh. Before we head out, let's go ahead and outro our players, starting with David. You guys can find David when he is not here over at Stealthy Elf Productions as the GM of both Heroes of Asteria Sandsea Saga and Heroes of Asteria Unearthed Inheritance, 2 Pathfinder campaigns that run weekly on that channel. Go check it out.
Go watch.
Thank you, David. We miss you. Mwah. Angie.
Mwah.
Hi, I'm Angie. They, them pronouns. I've been playing Zio Marino tonight. He, they pronouns. You can find me on the interwebs under Agonethetic. You can find me in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania this weekend at PAX U. And yeah, I have a telepathic connection with my twin, and I'm very excited about that.
Hell yeah. Lou.
Hello, I'm Lou. I play Lazuli. Or does Lazuli play me?
That's it.
That's the kind of questions that Dorland does in his class.
Oh, yes.
Are we the adventurers? Or are the adventures the things that happen to us?
It's a really weird epistemology course.
What about it? You came here.
Like it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Lou. Happy to have you. Love you. Present the forehead. Mwah. Love you, sweetheart. All right. And last but not least, Button.
Hello, I'm Button. I'm Bluebluebutton on social media. My pronouns are they, them. And today, Echinacea amicably broke up with her husband. It's very sad.
Divorce.
No.
Today, amicably.
It is an uncontested divorce. They've agreed to it, and now Echinacea is going to put us in the will, and now
we get the money.
We get the money.
Thank you for being here. Hi everybody, my name is Alec. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me all places on the internet at Tales Archived. I forgot to do it to the beginning because we're pre-recording, but thanks to Caroline Lupine Honey for a 10% off code Tales Archive for all merch in her store. Check out a whole lot of fandom merch. Check out their collaborations with other creators, and you can go ahead and check out a KRT mug and sticker set. We should have character pins coming shortly. So Also, thank you, Caroline, to code Tales Archive for 10% off your purchase. And we still have a donation link for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. It is supporting a phenomenal cause. The people in Gaza right now are suffering and need all of the help they can get. So if you are able to donate, please donate in your name, our name, a friend's name, and support a cause and a vetted charity. So thank you guys for hanging out, and we will see you next time. Hang out for a raid. Bye.
Bye.
Apricot.